Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and to another reaction video. So today I'm going to be checking out another artist that was recommended to me by you guys in the comment section. And oh, look, special guest Nala has arrived to participate, as she sometimes does. But yeah, if you guys have been here before, you know my hair is not normally purple. This is just a thing sometimes when I'm having a bad, like, pain sort of week and I don't get to wash my hair as much as I like. But yeah, so hopefully you don't mind. As you can see also, I've acquired some fancy headphones that I borrowed, so I'm gonna be doing some recordings today with them. But anyway, as I said, today I'm going to be watching and listening to a performance from a new artist who I actually had never heard of previously, but is someone else that was recommended to me through your comments, which keep them coming, by the way, because I'm getting some really, really amazing artists introduced to me. And this is Dimash Qudaibergen. Dimash Qudaibergen. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but I know that he's from Kazakhstan, apparently. And the song is just called SOS. It's from a live performance at the Slavic Bazaar, and I really don't know anything about him at all, but I am seeing, just based on the number of views, that he must be a very popular singer. I'm gonna be honest, as I've mentioned before, guys, I'm quite out of touch with the music. I'll have to have a discussion at some point about why that is the case, but yeah, so I've not heard of him previously. I have no idea what kind of music this is or what it's going to be like. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out as he comes highly recommended and seems to have a ton of fans. So let's check it out. You guys ready? You guys ready? Here we go. Okay, just gonna get rid of that. Okay, slow.
Pourquoi j'arrive, pourquoi je pleure. Voici le SOS d'un rien en détresse.
He has a very lovely voice. Whoa, okay. I wasn't expecting that big tone change. The range he just did in like just a few seconds is what? He has like an opera singer's power behind his voice and the range. Ooh, and the beat comes in.
Pourquoi je vis, pourquoi je meurs. je ris, pourquoi je pleure. J'y crois comme elle est rose, elle était notre romance.
Just the range that he's going through is insane. Yeah, applause for me. Okay. I don't know what else to say other than that was an extraordinary vocal performance that he put on. The fact that I have no idea what he was saying, what the actual lyrics to that song are, or the message or point behind it, and yet I was completely captivated and that was not bothering me at all, I think could tell you a lot about what was happening here and the kind of feelings that could be brought to the surface in the listener. I think I mentioned something about how he kind of, his vocals remind me in a way of like some opera singers, and I think some people might hear that and think, all right, well, especially in terms of the high notes and extended for long periods of time, but I guess I mean more in terms of the overall power of it and his ability to project. And that's one of the things that was really striking to me and that is super impressive about this. Is not just the range, which I'll get to that in a second, but the projection. You know, when you listen to a lot of performers that have amazing voices and the ability to project in that way, you'll see them perform a song and the majority of the song they'll not be projecting their voice in that to that extreme of a way. The majority of the song they'll be using it in a more tempered kind of way, and then it'll just kind of build up to that near the end, usually for a little bit, because it's extremely hard to project your voice in that manner for a prolonged period of time. And I mean, he had some build-up moments, but it was more like a cycle of build up and then to that, and then scale back down slightly, and then build up and then to that, and then build up again even higher and higher. And it was like the majority of the performance was that intensive level of projection, which to me, I mean, that suggests a massive amount of training and vocal control, the kind of which that you might see with an opera singer, but that you really expect to only see with somebody who's very classically trained and of course just has an amazingly powerful voice to begin with. And then of course the range also speaks to not just that, but is amazing and ridiculously impressive. I kept being like, oh, wait a second. And he'd go into the higher pitches and stay there for quite a while and suddenly go down into one of the lower ones, and I would almost forget that he would do that even though he did it earlier in the song, and it was almost sounds like a different person was coming in, so it was extremely impressive. I can see why people really wanted me to watch this and to get to know him. Yeah, but also, like I said, I know it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but for me, I'm somebody that really likes to get kind of caught up in the lyrics and the story behind a song. So for me to really get pulled in and captivated by a performance where I have no idea what not even just what they're actually saying, because I don't speak the language per se, but I don't even know like the story behind it. Like you often in an opera, you might not be able to speak the language, and you might know not know the exact words, but you know the plot, you know the overall story, so you kind of know what's going on. For me, without some sort of grounding like that, it's often kind of difficult. But in this case, the performance was just so impressive that I wasn't even thinking about the fact that I had no idea what that song was about. So That to me actually does say a lot. But yeah, so what did you guys think? And do you have other recommendations for me in terms of his works, his performances, and any information that you have for me on him in general? I'm sure there's a lot of, I know that there's a pretty big fan base, so I'm sure you guys have some background context for me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up here. But that was really impressive, and I'm glad I had my really good headphones this time to get the full effect. But all right, so thank you guys so much for joining me, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.